Hello and welcome to episode 22 of the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Darby Hallman.
I'm Jeff Mayo.
And joining us finally again is
I'm back.
Mr. William Outlaw.
Hello, everyone.
How have you been?
I've been doing really well.
How was your summer?
Really good. Contained lots of gaming and watching TV, reading. It was really relaxing.
That's all good summer should.
Yeah.
Who needs to be outside?
Exactly.
I mean, we've evolved as humanity to not have to
we
go
have
outside.
air conditioning.
Exactly.
Why would you go outside?
I mean, I bet you if animals out in the wilderness, if they had air conditioning, they wouldn't go outside.
Yeah. Exactly.
Plus, we're too old to go outside, man.
Yeah.
We're above the age of 10.
Our frail bodies couldn't take it anymore.
Went outside for a minute and a half to watch the eclipse. Went back in.
Yep, me too.
Never again.
Yeah, that was it. That was enough.
It was a nice 2 minutes, whatever. It was dark enough for me.
Yeah, it was cool.
Well, I am glad you had a good summer. I'm looking forward to talking to you about all the different things we have missed because you refused to come on this podcast with us, which makes me pretty sad. But
y'all weren't paying me enough, so I
Yeah,
have to raise my wage.
You know what? We'll triple your wage.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Still nice.
I'm okay with that. 0 times 3. I'm okay.
Making some money now.
Well, since the last time we talked to you, what have you been playing? What's the biggest thing you've been sinking your time into? Because if people have been listening to us, they're probably tired of hearing about Persona and Witcher.
Hey, we only talked Persona the last 2 weeks.
talking about Witcher, yeah. But we talked a lot of Persona.
Well, unfortunately, I'll probably have to talk about Witcher.
Well, you have new takes. You have a beginner's take on it. So
that's true. So, yeah, I started The Witcher a couple weeks ago. I had played basically just the tutorial when it first came out, and I just hadn't played it again. But I got the completed edition a year ago probably, and finally started playing it after I booted Mass Effect Andromeda off my console.
R.I.P.
For not being fun enough. But yeah, no, it's weird playing Witcher right after playing Mass Effect because it's just so much better. So much better. Yeah, just that world isn't so in depth. Love the characters, the narrative, all the side quests have great story elements. RPG obviously is great about it. So yeah, I'm loving The Witcher right now, even though I'm only 5 or 6 hours into it still.
Well, it's very easy to just get wrapped up in that world and get sucked in.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because I know you just told me before this, I didn't know that you had played The Witcher 2. I'd never played any Witcher before this, or I barely even knew anything about it before this game.
Yeah.
But I really think, this really is, I've said it over and over again, I don't think it's that hyperbolic to say this is, the perfected RPG, I feel like.
Yeah. The
way that they do this and the writing that goes into every little nook and cranny of this game.
Absolutely, I think I would have to agree. Yeah, every aspect of it has been awesome so far. So in addition to that, I played Freedom's Cry, Assassin's Creed. That was just free on PS Plus. So
I downloaded it. I might play it at some point, but
I didn't play Assassin's Creed 4, so it was pretty new to me. I enjoyed it a lot, but not enough to buy 4 since it's so old. But it did make me want a single-player Pirates game, which I'm sad Skull and Bones is not. But
I think we all were a little bit. Does Freedom's Cry, does it because I didn't play Black Flag either. I mean, is it a pretty good experience on its own, or did nothing make sense? Or
no, that's fine. I think it's supposed to take place 15 years after Black Flag, and it's the first mate that you have in that game.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't really have to do with the main storyline. And the story itself, I didn't really know what was going on. But the game was pretty fun.
Well, you said it made you want a Pirates game. Did it make you want Assassin's Creed Origins or another Assassin's Creed?
Yes, it did make me want Assassin's Creed Origins, which is I love the Assassin's Creed games, and it felt good to play another one.
Have you loved them throughout even the last few years when people started to fall off of them? Have you still been buying them?
So I cut off of 3, didn't like it at all. Didn't play 4. Unity, I understand that it had a lot of problems, but I really did like it. And then Syndicate was my first platinum, and one of my favorite games of that year. So, yeah, definitely still a fan of Assassin's Creed, even if the story is really strange now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to Assassin's Creed Origins.
Well, one of us has to get it.
I'll do it.
I'm glad you're doing it because I'm also interested in Assassin's Creed, and maybe in a different year, this might be the one I would pull the trigger on because it's actually doing things that interest me more. But I just think there's too much out there.
Mario comes out that day.
Too much out. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Well, I know Jeff. Yeah, I know Jeff has too much, but we'll have to see if my finances even let me get a Switch at that point. But either way, I'll have too much going on probably.
Yeah. I completed Limbo because I just wanted to get a small game out of the way.
There we go.
I just finished episode 4 of Life is Strange.
Okay.
That game is awesome.
Really? I'm glad.
I like it a lot. Yeah.
I was like, whenever you said you were going to play on our recommendation, I was like, I hope he likes it. Because, like, some people, Life is Strange is not for everyone. And I was a little worried about, like, I don't know if he'll like it or not.
It's definitely, like, a little slow and, prodding, I guess, but it's really good.
Oh, are you interested in getting Before the Storm?
I'm thinking about it. I don't know how much I would care. Like, granted, I haven't reached the end of the story, but I don't know how much I really care about, like, the prequel aspect of it. I don't know.
I'm a little worried about it being one of those things that was better left a mystery. Like, there's a lot of prequel stuff, kind of like Star Wars. It was better in your head without knowing, or just it being a mysterious thing about Chloe's past. I'm worried that actually seeing it will be a little underwhelming or something.
Especially since, I know that Dontnod has influence on it, but it's not made by them, right?
Nope.
No, it's been.
So I'm definitely looking forward to Life is Strange 2 more than Before the Storm.
Dontnod's working, yeah.
I have to.
Well,
and the whole, you'll have to get used to Chloe's voice actress is different.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, I'm actually probably, it made me look forward to Vampire, which is, their new game. Even though it doesn't
we might be talking about that later.
Yeah? It doesn't really look anything, obviously, like Life is Strange,
Yeah.
but it made me respect Dontnod a lot. So.
It's interesting because I feel like I don't hear anyone talking about Vampire, even despite the popularity of Life is Strange. You kind of just, whenever anyone talks about Dontnod, they talk about when is the next Life is Strange coming out. You don't talk about the fact that they're making a game right now.
It's only a couple months out.
Right, yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't really hear anything about it.
And then besides that, I've been continuing to play Rainbow Six Siege, which is one of my favorite games in a very long time. Play it all the time with friends. So that's about it since last time, I think. Yeah.
That's a pretty good list.
Yeah. I've been busy.
I haven't played that many games, so that's a pretty good one. Even though I think my play time just got to 20 hours in Persona 5, so.
Nice.
I was making fun of Jeff for his 30 hours before. Mine shot up pretty fast too.
I'm closer to 40 now.
Yeah, doesn't surprise me.
Oh, did y'all play that PlayLink game? That's you.
He has. I have not.
Yeah, I do with my friends. It's definitely. I mean, it's like. Have you played Jackbox games? Any Jackbox?
I played That's You.
You
played
do?
with my family, yeah.
It's definitely. I mean, it's like that, and it's kind of fun, but it's like it's like a much worse Jackbox game.
Really?
In my opinion, I think the Jackbox games are a lot more like the Jackbox game. We were legitimately laughing a lot and everything. With That's You, it was like every other game was interesting, but most of the games we went through and all of us none of us laughed. We were just kind of like. Anyway, it had things like whenever you had to draw things and you each added onto it. I want more stuff like that and less of the question stuff because I feel like sometimes it was but I mean it's a fun party game.
I think the PlayLink idea is awesome.
It is,
I'm really looking forward to it actually, especially after That's You. So
especially with Hidden Agenda.
Yeah, that was
out October.
Yeah.
So
I think
I think that's when it's supposed to come out. Yeah.
Very interested in that. No.
Nice.
Well, I think that's a good list. We're now caught up with Will finally.
There you go. Yeah. That's my life.
Been waiting that for the
past couple months.
No, wait. Before we moved on, I've been thinking about this and I completely forgot until now. Tell us about San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh right, yeah.
Because I completely forgot. It feels like so long ago now. But you so was this spontaneous or were you planning for a long time?
Me and my dad were talking about it for a while. I had gone my senior year of high school as well, and he got tickets and everything, but we weren't sure if we were actually going to be able to get a hotel room in San Diego because they're ridiculously expensive that weekend. But he was able to use his points, and we actually did get a hotel room there, and we flew out there. So I was able to spend a couple days in San Diego, which was awesome. Yeah. I didn't play any games just because the lines are ridiculously long.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough time to do that. But.
I mean, that's thing together is see if it's was me, like you sent us a picture of Super Mario Odyssey, or I was like, should I do it? I would have even been, unless the line was short, been like, no. Yeah. This is something you don't do often, so go enjoy it. Especially since if this was a video game focus, like if this was E3 or whatever, and that's about all you could do.
Right.
Then but since Comic-Con and a bunch of other stuff, go do other things.
Video games are just a small part of it, basically.
Yeah. So I mean, I made sure to watch some Super Mario Odyssey just to say that I've like watched gameplay of an unreleased game or whatever. But I didn't wait in line or anything. But I was able to go to some pretty cool panels and met Greg Miller.
Yeah,
our Lord and Savior.
Our Lord and Savior. Is he as tall in person as everyone says he is?
I guess, he's a couple inches taller than me, so he's probably like 6'3", which is pretty tall. Maybe 6'4", I don't know.
Well, just everyone just says he's so tall whenever I see him next to people. Like there was a picture of him and Kevin just looked like Kevin Coelho, and he just looked like a midget compared to him. Yeah, but how was Greg? Did you get to like talk to him? Or?
I have stage fright in front of popular
I
people.
I do too.
No, I didn't really talk to him a whole lot. Basically, asked to get a picture with him, and basically just told him that he and Colin were big influences on me and us. So, yeah, it was cool.
That was awesome. This was especially for me and Jeff, who had absolutely no clue that you were going to it. I just looked on Snapchat and you were like heading to San Diego Comic Con. I was like, wait, what? And it was like the next day you posted a picture of you and Greg Miller, and I'm like,
no, that's the first thing I saw. But I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, he was doing a panel for Marvel Games, so the Insomniac people were there. And I was able, he left the stage, and I just kind of waited there for him to come out. So it was cool. Very cool.
Nice. Cool. Well, Jeff, how have your Persona trip been going? Or do you have anything new to talk about?
I guess you have an update as far as my progress. Well, I guess I can stay stay out of my goals. I have not played Splatoon, so I did not finish that. I didn't have the crazy amount of time to play games. Pretty much as far as games, I played Persona some just last night. So I played a couple hours. I'm about to beat the third Palace, so making some progress. Didn't do my whole 2-week thing because I was mainly focused on the Palace.
Right.
But yeah, I played some Sonic Mania. Beat a few worlds, levels, whatever in that. Lots and lots of fun. Yeah.
As good as everyone's saying.
Oh, yeah.
People are saying the best 2D Sonic.
I want to beat it first, but right now, probably.
Yeah.
I expected it going into it.
Right.
And if you've been following Sonic Mania, the bunch of little Easter eggs in there that Sonic fans will get that are cool. I want to talk about boss fights that I've had, but those are spoilers, and if you're going to play it, it's better if you just see those for yourselves.
Right.
Play a little player Tetris story mode.
Okay.
Just when I'm sitting around.
Best Switch game.
Well,
sure.
I will say, Jeff, I thought about you because I've had a total of 2 days of college back, and I was already sitting at Russell, which is our cafeteria area, whatever, wishing I had a Switch so I could just be playing Zelda while waiting for class.
Yeah.
It's only taken 2 days until I was already thinking about that would be really cool to just pull that out and play.
I played Zelda for the first time a couple weeks ago on my friend's Switch. Pretty awesome. Only played for an hour or two, but it was pretty amazing.
I played a total of 4 hours. Just we went to Atlanta with Jeff's mom, and I sat in the back seat and played.
You played the whole trip down there.
I did, and it was awesome. It's
lets you do anything from the onset. It's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. But I guess a little preview potentially what we'll be talking about next week. I have, for people who don't know, the Dissidia beta is going on this week.
Right.
I have a code. I have it down on my PS4. It doesn't open until midnight on Saturday on the East Coast. So, so by the time anyone's listening to this, it'd already been, people can playing it.
Okay.
So I'll have impressions for that next week. Mario plus Rabbids comes out on Tuesday. I probably won't get it to Thursday, but if I get home, I have enough time to play it before we record. Have some impressions on that.
I so want to hear impressions.
And
impressions about the HUD. Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
I was talking about
Mario plus Rabbids.
I was talking about Mario plus Rabbids, but that too. Yeah.
And Life is Strange comes out next Thursday.
Oh yeah. Keep forgetting so close, yeah.
Might have some general impression about that. I know, Dari, me and you were talking about doing a spoiler casting for each episode, maybe.
Yeah, I'd be down to do that.
And you were interested in it, I guess, if you enjoy Life is Strange.
Yeah, I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well,
too much randomness for me to really say goals for next week. I guess I'll say keep on for the next week, beat Splatoon 2 story mode, and get 2 more weeks of Persona. I'm not going to set goals for those other games I named.
One of my goals was to beat Uncharted, which I already knew was an unrealistic goal, and it was a really unrealistic goal because I'm playing with my sister, and I've only had one night that I could play. So I've really only played, 2, maybe 3 hours of The Lost Legacy. Maybe 3, that's generous. But I think the other part of my goal was to play a lot of Persona, which I did. I definitely went through 2 weeks of Persona because I beat the first dungeon or palace or whatever, and I'm already leading towards the second one. But Uncharted, it's so far. I mean, these are very, very, very early impressions. I've had a few combat sections, a few puzzles, and a few openish things or whatever. Really, really cool. It's definitely Uncharted again. I mean, it's it looks the same as Uncharted 4. A lot the mechanics are still the same as Uncharted 4, but which is fine to me because it's $40 as DLC. It's fine. But I've really, really been liking the dynamic between Chloe and Nadine in this. It's really funny. Surprisingly, me and my sister were both audibly laughing multiple times because Chloe is just Nadine's such a just serious straight man in this, and Chloe's just kind of the wild goofy one.
Yeah,
and it works really well. They've had some serious moments that are hit really well, and lots of moments of levity that hit really well. And I'm really digging it from a story perspective with that. It's really interesting to see the Uncharted formula, but Nate and Sully out of it.
Yeah, and that just proves that they can continue that franchise without.
Yeah, I think they probably could.
Obviously, this thing's reviewing well. Not as much as Uncharted 4 and stuff that I was expected. I'm interested to see how this sells because I feel like leading up to it, not many people are talking about it.
No, and people were kind of just labeling it as DLC. And I have seen some people, a lot of people have kind of been down on it in the respect that again, it does feel like Uncharted 4 DLC. I mean, not in a bad way, but I mean, I feel there's the mechanics of a lot of the things are the same, but. I'm not used to being on this side of the argument, but a lot of times I'm I don't know if you should have expected that. I'm getting what I expected for the most part it's the Uncharted, because it came out so soon after the other Uncharted, it's the same form.
A year and a couple months.
Yeah, it's not doing that much new gameplay wise, but a giant pillar of Uncharted is the story anyway, and I'm really digging that, and it's doing enough new. It's still a gorgeous game, regardless of anything else. So, I don't know. I'll need to get through it more to see if it gets to be, if I start to feel that way at all.
Yeah,
some people have.
I think it's different, obviously, because like you said, Uncharted's about the story, and in a way, it's started out DLC. Now it's kind of turned to his own game, but it's still a $40 game.
Yeah. It's still yeah.
Not like they're saying this is Uncharted 5. It is kind of a little spin-off extra thing.
Yep. Yeah. Basically. And
yeah.
I mean, I'll take that. I would rather, if they wanted to make this longer like this, I would rather have this than them trying to truncate the story into what they think should be DLC, your traditional DLC. Which apparently this is around 6 to 8 hours, apparently, from what everyone said. So, I'm enjoying it, and I will definitely next week. I'll probably have a lot more impressions about it. I might be done with it by next week, probably. Is
Chloe's boyfriend in it?
What's his name?
Can't remember.
Cutter or whatever.
Yeah, Cutter.
Not so far, but I'm not that far into it. But, it's just been Chloe and Nadine, and the bad guy. I already forgot his name, but I don't know if they've said his name actually. Maybe they did. I don't know. Just
we're not gonna know.
Generic bad guy. I don't know. We just had one scene. He jumped out of a window. Spoilers.
Hey.
Now I know if there's a scene with him and there's a window there, he'll jump out of it.
I never said that he jumped out of the window.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah. There's a window. I spoiled the game. Might as well not play the game anymore.
Dang windows.
Alright, Jeffrey. Well, if we're done with this stuff,
you
ready to move into the news?
We got a lot of it.
News.
People who don't know, jingle, jingle, jangle. Gamescom was this week.
Gamescom.
And it's technically not over, so stuff might still be getting announced, but
the bulk of it is probably already passed.
So yeah, we got a bunch of news. So yeah, let's get started. Let's see.
Okay. Do it, Jeff.
First thing comes from Seth G. Macy from IGN. A wholly new original action RPG from THQ Nordic and indie developer Expand 101 is coming to PC, PS4, and Xbox One next year. The game, called Biomutant, lets you take advantage of mutations, bionic prosthetics, and weapons to customize your character to your liking. The choices players make in augmenting their characters impact the way your hero plays in real-time combat. Combat is described as a cross between martial arts and small arms skirmishes. Biomutant is set in an imaginative, post-apocalyptic universe, because of course it is, that can be explored via mechs, paragliders, balloons, mounts, jet skis, and more, according to THQ Nordic. I forgot about that last part, we were talking about earlier.
It's a very interesting looking game. It's just kind of came out of nowhere. And it's this. Yeah,
I remember like why we were recording, or right before we recorded last week, it was like, hey, Darby, this game leaked.
It was just this picture of this weird Rocket Raccoon looking dude.
Yeah, and then it was officially announced a few days later. We got a trailer, and IGN and some other places had gameplay walkthrough things.
Right.
Which all look pretty neat.
Yeah. It kind of looks like, I mean, it reminds me of old like PS2 type like
I was gonna say that
mascot platformer things, but it looks more like
adult.
It looks more like gritty and more like, or the art style is more like realistic looking, and like he has all these gadgets and stuff.
But at least right now, at least doesn't look try hard, edgy or whatever.
Right, it's somewhere in between being like a kid game, or a kid like styled game, and being something like really adult. So. Interesting middle ground, and then like it also looks like it's kind of in between being like what you think like an indie little game and being like a big AAA game.
There's the thing about this. I mean, there's probably a lot more on there from what I've seen, but this what I just read feels like there's a lot more to it than what I guess the gameplay thing I showed you guys earlier. I mean, admittedly we jumped around in what the trailer showed, so it's pretty exciting.
It's piqued my interest for sure.
Yeah. And like I said here, you can customize your character to your liking in the IGN walkthrough thing, which is what we watch. They customize the character. You can do a lot with that. You can pick the gender. You can pick the color of the fur. So like they have a little color wheel. So
it's like you can have like shades of the color. Yeah. It's like a very detailed color.
You can customize the stats to a point in the beginning. Then obviously you can mutate your character and do a whole bunch of things.
I'm wondering how big this game is going to be. Is there like some open world thing? Or
that's what I was getting at. Like, I guess we don't know too much about this game as far as the scope. But people who were at Gamescom and played it said it was a lot of fun. So
was very, very interested. I like these type of games, and I like that these 3D action. I'm guessing this is going to be a platformer in some way. I didn't see much of it, but just something strikes me. But maybe it's not.
You're just thinking that because it has a furry little animal.
I think that's probably mostly why. I just want Sly Cooper, Jeff. I just want it so bad.
Okay. You can make him look like Sly, Darby.
I guess I can try.
Live out your dream. The Sly game. So,
do we have anything on like time period of when this is going to be?
It says next year.
You said next year.
Yeah, PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So,
Are you interested at all in this, Will?
I won't play it. But it looks interesting.
It does look. Yeah. I don't know if I'll play it either. It's piquing my interest.
Yeah, I would like to see more about it. It seems like a weird game to be making in 2017.
Yeah,
but I'm interested in it.
The visual wise looks like it fits in 2017.
Yeah.
The gameplay is just a little.
Yeah. We don't know too much about it, so who knows?
To be seen.
Yep. Okay. On to the next story. Okay, this comes from Marty Sleva from IGN. Microsoft revealed Jurassic World Evolution during its Gamescom 2017 briefing. Coming in summer 2018 to Xbox One, PS4, and PC, this park building sim is being created by Frontier Developments, who has worked on the Roller Coaster Tycoon series as well as Elite Dangerous. The reveal trailer points to gameplay that involves building a park, breeding some dinos, and probably dealing with some problems when said dinos get out of their pens. Frontier's chief creative officer Johnny Watts said, "As longtime fans of the entire Jurassic series, we're thrilled to be putting players in charge of their own Jurassic World. We're excited to bring over 15 years of management, simulation, and creature development expertise to a destination and franchise that remains an inspiration to us. Then the article closes with saying Evolution will launch alongside Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which hits theaters on June 22nd, 2018.
I had no clue that was the name of the next movie.
Me neither.
I think that was a recent announcement, but I don't follow Jurassic anything.
Well, all I know is that me and my sister used to when we were kids used to play Roller Coaster and Zoo Tycoon like crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, sounds interesting. It's one of those very surprising. I think Jeff told me there was a Jurassic World game announced. I was like, oh, that's weird. And he's like, yeah, it's like a Roller Coaster Tycoon game. I was like, well, okay.
As I was one thing, it's like, yeah, but then I thought, I was like, this makes sense for that kind of game.
No, I think that's a cool direction to go for a Jurassic World game.
No way in the world I'm getting it. But
no, but for people who like heart-building things, this seems like a good fit for it.
Yeah.
That you can build. Yeah.
It definitely has its audience, and
it's better than that weird arcade shooter that used to be in arcades. The Jurassic.
Oh God, I don't even know if I know it. Caesar, what is it?
We have a cat, everyone.
He's not pleased.
He's been a reoccurring guest the last few weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think this is for any of us here. I think I can speak for. I don't know. Did you play any of the Roller Coaster Tycoon?
I've seen some gameplay, but never played them.
I mean, I played SimCity and Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff like that as a kid, but that's just because everyone had a PC and your parents didn't know what else to do with you, so they
very true.
Play this.
Played some Sims.
Yeah.
You didn't mess around with Sims and kill off all their people.
Exactly.
I'm interested to see how this sells. I wonder how many people out there are nostalgic for the roller coaster thing, and how much of those coincide with Jurassic Park fans, which there are a lot of.
Mm-hmm. Are you a fan of Jurassic stuff?
Not really. I like Jurassic World, but I think that's because I like Chris Pratt.
Who doesn't?
Do you not like the old Jurassic Park?
I've seen it, but it was a long time ago. I only saw the first one, so.
I mean, I loved it as a kid. It's been so long since I've seen it. I only saw half of Jurassic World when I was tired on a Sunday, and it just came on, and I fell asleep. It seems pretty cheesy, but it was all right.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. So is that all we got to say on Jurassic? Whatever.
I guess so. I wonder if they'll make any other sort of Jurassic games, more in-depth, normal games. As
weird as it, I feel like we're, for the most part, done with movie tie-in games.
Yeah.
That's cool that they are at least playing to his strengths with a type of game like this, you know?
Yeah. This is the perfect game for Jurassic.
Yeah. This is a game that it probably won't cost that much of a budget. You can put this out and make it actually good, and it's not going to be one of those that you just kind of crap out this low budget crappy 3D game or whatever and make it, at least this is something manageable for sure. And you're going to the right people, because it's the people who made this type of game, made this type of game big. Like this. I think it's a topic for another day. As much as I hate all the movie tie-in games that we used to get, and I'm glad we're past them, I'm okay with using these franchises and stuff, but just actually doing it well. Yeah. Just like I was saying last week, I would love a Game of Thrones game. I even thought back in high school, in the height of the Hunger Games movies coming out, even though they're not that good in hindsight, but I've been thinking I would me and my friends would talk about what is basically now PUBG, but with the Hunger Games, having a battle royale type of game like that. I just think that people shouldn't be afraid to use these movie licenses. Just do it right. Just go to the right people for it. Or do an Insomniac Spider-Man type thing where you take the character, but maybe it's not canon in the universe, make your own universe with it. But
at least for Spider-Man, that works out well because there's so many canons anyway.
Yeah.
So much stuff they can just do their own thing.
Yeah, but I wish someone would grab Game of Thrones or something and make their own version of it and do something cool.
That's what Telltale did, Darby.
No, just not Telltale.
Yeah, you guys ready to move on?
Wait, I am.
Okay, this comes from Alex Gileadov from IGN. Age of Empires 4 is officially in the works, Microsoft announced at Gamescom 2017. According to a post on Xbox Wire, the latest entry in the long-running real-time strategy series is being developed by Relic Entertainment, the studio behind the Company of Heroes and Warhammer 40,000 games. A release date has yet to be announced. Yeah, it's not much there.
How do y'all feel about RTS games?
I am not crazy about them. I played Halo Wars.
Okay.
It's one of those things. I don't really have much of an opinion. It's like something I might be able to get into, but I don't think I've ever really played an RTS game. So
yeah,
I don't have really an opinion.
I played Stronghold Crusader back in the day, like when I was really young, and I just started playing Civ with some friends, and that's pretty fun. But yeah, in general, I don't know.
Yeah. People are hyped for this announcement, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested in like Civ 6, but like.
Yeah, Civ. I play Civ 5 with friends, and it's a lot of fun with friends. But that game is so dense; it's incredible. There's so much to learn.
I'm interested in it, but I kind of don't want to lose my humanity to it. You know, I don't want it. Like, I feel like it's a rabbit hole that you fall into.
Just to finish one game, it takes like 15 hours probably to finish.
Crazy.
It's just stupid.
It's pretty crazy. That's like us the other night. We played Risk the other night, and it
gosh.
took hours. It was terrible.
I love Risk.
Now we have a Game of Thrones Risk.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Actually, I have seen that. Isn't it really expensive? The Game of Thrones.
I got it like for cheap on Amazon. Like,
That's awesome.
They had like a deal thing, and they had a deal thing, and I had like a gift card that I had no clue I had.
Nice.
So,
dude, I love playing Risk.
Well, come play with us because it was a lot of fun. We ended up like screaming a lot. But I think the game ended at like 3 a.m.
It's the OG RTS game.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't think I have anything more on Age of Empires. But good for the people who want it.
Yep, and from what I've seen, a good many people do.
Yes.
Okay, so we will move on. This comes from Hope Core again from IGN. A remade version of the fan-favorite PlayStation action-adventure title Fear Effect is coming to Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and PC in 2018. Square Enix Collective has announced that French developer Sushi,
Nice.
who is also behind the crowdfunded sequel Fear Effect Sedna, is taking the reins on the upcoming remake titled Fear Effect Reinvented. The game will remain loyal to its roots by maintaining the soul of the original title, and as such, will have fixed camera angles. That said, Fear Effect Reinvented will feature improved controls and visuals, as well as a few new secrets along the way. The original Fear Effect, released back in 2000 and won praise among fans for its dark story, which took players into the crime worlds of Hong Kong with full-motion video. According to Sushi founder Benjamin Ansome,
sounded good.
Okay. Fan support for the Fear Effect Sedna Kickstarter campaign helped spark the notion of recreating the first game so that new fans would be able to experience what started the craze. So, I know nothing about this game, but people seem some excited. I don't know if I saw videos of it. I saw some screens. I'm like, oh, this looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm guessing you're along with us, Darby, not knowing what this is.
I am. This is
a
PS1 game.
Yeah, this is probably something we should have saw a trailer for.
Yeah,
we're sorry, dear viewers, listeners.
There's probably some people that would scream at us for like not knowing, probably.
But I will check this out later because why not?
Yeah,
you'll at least see what it's all about.
I agree.
And if we have impressions, we might just bring it up later.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't prepare for this one. There's too many stories.
We're busy college kids, Jeff. It's okay.
Yes.
I don't think our viewers will mind that much.
Yes. Okay, so guess we're ready to move on. That's like the quickest we ever done a story.
Yeah, we did it. We nailed it.
Yep. Okay, this comes from Andrew Goldfarb from IGN. Square Enix has announced a full 3D remake of Secret of Mana coming to Steam, PS4, and Vita on February 15, 2018.
Vita Island lives.
According to the announcement, Secret of Mana retains its long-held charm while incorporating improvements such as upgraded gameplay for modern platforms and a newly arranged musical score. Secret of Mana was originally released for Super Nintendo in 1993 and follows main characters Rondi, Prim, and Popoi. As a pre-order bonus for the new version, Square Enix is offering Moogle and Tiger costumes for all three heroes as DLC.
Fun.
I can't believe this is coming to Vita and not Switch. That's interesting.
Yeah, actually.
Wait, is it coming to anything besides...
It's Steam and the PlayStation consoles.
Maybe they have some exclusive thing with PlayStation or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
I guess.
I don't really know how that works. But, yeah, that is weird. It seems like a game that... Or at least, or it would be weird because, I mean, it released to the Super Nintendo a long time ago, but who knows with, licensing and stuff. Yeah. But... It is cool to have, I know this is, one of the biggest or most well remembered RPGs of all time, basically.
Yeah. It's part of the reason I wanted the SNES Classic, which I missed those pre-orders, guys.
Sad.
I know.
It happened at 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I was about to say it did happen in the middle of the night with no warning at all.
Yeah, so in 30 seconds. But let's move on.
You weren't gonna be lucky enough to catch 2 pre-orders,
Yeah.
Jeff caught the fake pre-order one. He got the Walmart one and ended up.
I got 2 of them, and then they canceled them both.
Oh no, that's horrible.
It was really sad. Yeah. I had to. We talked about it on here.
But as far as this goes, that's one of the reasons I kind of wanted one, because this is JRPG. I missed.
And it's one of the signature ones that.
So what I'm getting at is I am very interested in trying this out on the PS4.
I am too, especially if price point is good.
Yeah. I expect this is going to be a cheaper game.
Yeah.
Cheaper, I expect 40, maybe.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
30, 40 something. Maybe.
This is apparently fully remade. And graphics don't look bad.
No, it kind of looks like a 3DS game. Not that bad. It looks better than a 3DS game.
Yeah.
But it looks like, kind of like that cartoon.
I can understand in a way maybe why they didn't go full out on this, partly because, they probably planned on this being a budget title, and I assume part of the reason they made it was to put on the Vita. Because, the Vita market isn't the biggest, but those are the kind of fans that will eat up this game.
Well, yeah, isn't it really big in Japan still or something?
I imagine.
Yeah.
So presumably a lot of Japanese.
But I'm with Will. Again, there might be lots of deals or whatever. I'm surprised it's on the Switch. Thinking about it,
it would be really good on the Switch, and maybe it'll come later. A lot of things come late on the Switch these days.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I guess it's cool that they have a straight up release date, February 15th. Mm-hmm. February starting to get pretty meaty.
Yeah, interesting.
Very interested to see again how this sells, because of just to see where the nostalgia is for this game and see where it all.
And I can imagine this will be a PSX. You think?
Yeah, I could
probably.
Especially with the February release date, not that long afterwards. So I could definitely see that. And this is one of those you could do to that hardcore PlayStation crowd.
Exactly.
PSX and,
this screams PSX.
Yep.
Title thing.
Yeah, I agree. It'd be cool if they did something this is just random, but I know they have those remaster things where you can click a button and see the old school style. It'd be kind of cool if it did that.
Yeah.
But I just know because people like this game so much, the old style of it, and people might not love the new look of it. We'll see.
Yeah. This whole thing about the Secret of Mana was interesting. I think it leaked last night. That I woke up this morning and was like, oh, it's officially announced.
Yeah.
It's a quick thing. But yeah. Okay. So we done talking about this one?
I think so.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, this next one is from Jonathan Dornbush from IGN. A Recore Definitive Edition will be released later this month for Xbox One, according to Microsoft Store listing, promising to add content originally teased when the game first debuted. Listed for $19.99 and an August 29th release date, so this Tuesday. Recore Definitive Edition will feature HDR support and offer enhanced visuals on the Xbox One X when the upcoming system is released later this year. The new edition of the Concept and Armature Studio produced action game will feature a new Eye of Obsidian adventure, as well as the 5th Corebot frame T8 and K, a Corebot featured on the original game's box art but has yet to be made available in the base game. Microsoft officially debuted Recore Definitive Edition during that. Oh yeah, by the way, this is what I'm starting to read is an update of this article when it was officially announced. They officially debuted it during the Xbox Live stream at Gamescom. In addition to a new trailer, the first look confirmed that the 5th Corebot will become available in the game. The Corebot will be free to players who already own Recore, and those who purchase the Xbox One X and already own Recore will receive the game's visual updates for free as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I've seen I've never played Recore. I just obviously
I have it, so I'll try it at some point.
I was building up to. I've seen a lot of people when this definitive thing came out. A lot of people were saying bad things about Recore. That people didn't even really want this anyway. But I don't know how prevalent that is. But
I've always saw mixed as solid. The game being solid for Recore. Yeah. Of course,
was Recore $60 when it first launched?
I don't know.
I can look that up if you want to.
I was just curious because $20 for the definitive seems pretty
good.
good.
It sounds like it's just one of those things for the definitive edition. They're just adding stuff to it, I guess. Unless I missed something about DLC that they had being added to it.
It says $40.
Okay.
Huh.
So, I mean, that's cool. At least they're, the Corebot thing, the main thing looks like they're promoting for those adding for free for people who already own the game. So
Yeah.
Strange that it was on the box art but not in the game.
yeah, I heard that some things while saying it's a pretty solid game. Some part of this game is a mess, like as far as development and stuff.
That's kind of what I've heard, and I think there was apparently areas of the game you can't get to or something.
Yeah, and I think this Corebot's supposed to allow you to get there.
Yeah. But that's weird. Did they design it for you to get there, but they just didn't design it well enough to where it was impossible?
I don't know.
Was it a mistake, or was it something they intentionally hid for this?
It's gonna be interesting, if when I ever get to it, my experience with it, because I got this Corebot now. Because it's different. I won't get annoyed as much.
You might have missed the whole bad things that people do. But I've heard I saw people in the description. They were areas of the game that you can't get to without absurd acrobatics. So it's basically you have to do something crazy to get your character into these areas that now you can get there easily with this. So I'd really be interested to know if that was just a design flaw or if they intentionally did it. I don't know.
Who knows?
Sounds like it was a little bit of a mess, but it's still fun, and maybe for especially $20.
I heard one of the main things was it got a little repetitive towards the end. So,
well,
I guess I will.
Jeff
see.
is an Xbox gamer now, so you can.
I am.
Wow, what an Xbot.
Yeah.
That was the best thing that
I'm a 10 bro. I'm a Sony pony.
I know,
everything.
Jeff gets around all over the consoles, and I was happy because now we can actually talk about Xbox. Before it was always just I hope it's going good. But, I hope these.
We always talk about news, but now I guess one of us has one kind of.
Yeah.
I can now say if Xbox announcements and stuff make me happy or not.
Yeah. Now I feel really the weekend of this because I have one console. I only have one of the modern consoles. Same. So, me and Will are just the lower end of this. You have to raise us up, Jeff.
Yep. You guys need to get a Switch.
Maybe
when they're available.
Yeah, they do have to be available before you can buy
I've seen them at a bunch of stores. Not many of them, but
I've never seen a single Switch that wasn't yours.
I've seen quite a few.
Every time I go to Walmart or Best Buy or anything, it's always out of stock. You can get all the Switch accessories. Yeah, you can't get the Switch.
Yeah, so you guys ready to move on?
I think so, Jeffrey.
Okay, this is going to be a long thing. Well, I guess we can do it piece by piece.
Strap in.
Okay, so one game had a lot more news than any other one. Final Fantasy 15 at Gamescom. They promised big news. They announced big news. Okay.
Big league.
So yeah, I'm just going to do it piece by piece. This first part comes from Matt Davison from IGN. The latest installment in the Final Fantasy series is finally coming to PC with an early 2018 release window. Square Enix made the announcement at partner NVIDIA's press event during Gamescom, announcing that the port will be available for Windows 10, Steam, and Origin. The PC version will be capable of running in full 4K with a myriad of graphical improvements, including realistic turf, advanced hair simulation, and high-quality ambient occlusions, among others.
Advanced
hair stimulation.
I mean, I'm in, guys.
Nice.
Screw my PS4 version. I'm getting this one.
Yeah, why haven't I been playing? Yeah, let's do it.
So yeah, this is cool. Their game being announced for another platform.
Yeah, finally, and I think that people have said it looks stunning on PC. I know that the 4K thing people were talking about, it's 170 gig download or something to do the 4K. I'm jeez. That's my entire. That's I'm just thinking about my PlayStation.
I don't have to
that's
delete
the entire
4
PlayStation.
games.
Okay.
It's crazy, but yeah, it seems it's very late. It's finally coming to PC, but
yeah.
I guess that's just PC people are used to it.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 15, the way it's... And, the more I read, it's going to get weirder for this game.
It is.
Okay, so yeah. We'll move on to the next thing, which keeps with the PC version. Okay, this comes from Brendan Caldwell of Rock, Paper, Shotgun. In an interview with Brendan, game director Hajime Tabata talked about mods for the PC version. And this is all via translator, and these are all quotes from Tabata. I think one of the biggest things PC players can expect is mod support. We definitely want to do it. We haven't actually managed to get our full modding policy or discussions on that finished, but at the moment, we do really want to do it. We'll have full details around autumn time, and then when asked if it would come included when the game launched or be introduced afterwards, but Square Enix still isn't sure about the timing. I guess it's written weird. Tabata said, I think that whether we do it afterwards or have it at launch itself is something that depends on development. But I think we can try to get the modding into it as quick as possible. I think a lot of people do want the mods as free as possible and with as few limitations from our side as possible, so we are going to look into making that the kind of system we have for the mods. So we'll have to figure out all the technical terms around that. So that's also cool.
Yep, Final Fantasy with crazy, like, people will probably become Goku and do, like...
Yeah. People will finally get an all-female Final Fantasy team they wanted.
You can have whatever team you want.
Yep. And, of course, the first thing I see people say are nude mods.
Of course. Of course.
So, yeah.
I think I saw something where they even addressed, like, one of the Square Enix people even addressed the nude mod stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
When it's like, I don't know, we trust our fans. I don't know, something to that effect.
Yeah, it was something
we trust their judgment.
Yeah, or their moral. It was like moral levels or something. I don't know.
So, yeah, there are going to be a bunch of them. Well, are you going to watch them? The videos?
I'll watch them.
Yeah. We all know you're not going to buy them.
Yeah, don't even play them. Just watch them.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to the next thing for Final Fantasy 15. We're going back.
It gets weirder and weirder.
We're going back to Matt from IGN. Final Fantasy 15 is expanding its horizons once again with the announcement of Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition for iOS, Android, Windows 10 devices, and it's launching later this year. Revealed at Gamescom by Square Enix, the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition retells the story of the original game over 10 downloadable episodes. With all episodes launching simultaneously, and as a bonus, the first episode will be free of charge. The trailer showcases a selection of scenes from the original game in new adorable chibi form. It seems from the trailer that gameplay and combat will remain broadly the same, although tweaked and simplified for mobile play. Square Enix wants this to be a version of Final Fantasy 15 which gives players the freedom to journey through Eos whenever and wherever they want. So why not Switch version?
Yeah. Okay, so
I agree.
My first initial gut reaction to this
is why?
Is number one, why, but is number two that they're milking Final Fantasy 15 for every last drop it's worth. Whether it's this weird tower defense phone game that they will not stop advertising to me, even though I so do not want it, but they continuously advertise it to me.
They know you better than you do, Darby.
And between that and then now, it's basically the game, but it's on, mobile in a different art style. So all of that is annoying, and it strikes me as, why is this happening? They're just milking it. But setting it all aside, I don't know exactly how I feel about, I'm not completely negative on the idea of having a game like this where you have a normal game that's out and everyone loves it and it's good. It hasn't been hampered by mobile or anything. But then afterwards you have a version of that game, and if it really is, if this really is Final Fantasy 15, the actual gameplay, and you get the full experience, but the art style is just chibi type thing or whatever. I don't know if I'm completely against that. I'm not going to play it. But that's better than just a crappy mobile thing. Yeah. Which this might be. You'd have to wait and see how it is. But
I wonder their gameplay videos.
I feel like there's... I have seen some. But I feel like there's not really much of a precedence for this.
Yeah.
For having a full game that this is the full game. The art style is just completely different, but it's still the full game.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Pretty much you're just whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested. Will this sell?
Weird,
Will this sell anywhere but Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
Will we see this for other games? Because a lot of Square Enix, it seems like when Square Enix does something for one game, the Go games, they end up doing it for everything. Is the next Tomb Raider? Are we going to see Tomb Raider Pocket Edition?
I mean, they definitely like putting games on iPhone. Because all the Final Fantasies are on iPhone.
I think so. At least all the older ones like that, yeah.
So, well, yeah, I don't know. I can see them going back and doing like putting the original Deus Ex on iPhones and keep trying to do stuff like that.
That'd be weird.
I mean, if this is successful, I can see them doing the same thing for Kingdom Hearts 3 whenever that comes out.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah,
true.
that's why it took so long.
Yeah, they're trying to do it day and date.
Yeah.
They're trying to milk all they can from Final Fantasy because they know Kingdom Hearts is like 5 years out.
It's coming out next year, man. Believe.
Yeah, well, they put a date on it. Like,
Yeah.
that means something. I don't know. It's just interesting to me because with Square Enix, I feel like Square Enix is a very interesting company, and it's kind of easy to predict that, like, yeah, I think that this will not be the last of this. I think they might do this for future games, and it could be weird. Like, I'm just imagining Tomb Raider, but in chibi things, and you're trying to shoot. I hate shooting things in mobile. I hate any mobile game, really. Like, any mobile game mechanics for the most part, when it's not something really simple. But, I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting.
We'll have to see how all this goes.
Very unique idea, but...
Yeah. Well, speaking of unique ideas, to the final thing for Final Fantasy 15. This comes from IGN. I forgot to put who wrote it. I apologize. Ubisoft and Square Enix have announced a unique collaboration to bring the worlds of Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy 15 together with DLC arriving later this month. The companies have announced that on August 30th, Final Fantasy 15 players will be given an Assassin's outfit for Noctis if they have collected the Moogle Chocobo Carnival event's Dream Egg. The following day, August 31st, the free Assassin's Festival DLC will be made available for Final Fantasy 15. The new content will transform the town of Lestalium, offering new activities, themed items, and features. Among that content will be another Assassin's Creed outfit and the chance for Noctis to explore more in the style of and use some of the abilities of an assassin from Ubisoft's franchise. When reached for further comment, Ubisoft had nothing to announce regarding whether Final Fantasy content could be coming to Assassin's Creed Origins. As detailed by the Ubi blog, the collaboration came about after an informal meeting nearly 3 years ago between the Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy development teams. So yeah, this is a thing.
So many of these like crossovers recently that I never would have like predicted.
Yeah.
Like Mario Rabbids, now Final Fantasy, Assassin's Creed. It's just a weird reality we live in.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess it's not the first time. Final Fantasy has had a crossover with like Mass Effect before. Like Lightning was wearing N7 armor.
And Disney.
And Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy just does whatever they want to.
Yes.
Square Enix just does whatever they want.
Yeah.
As long as it can make some money.
I mean, like, it's cool. It's cool to see like Ubisoft and Square Enix like being buddies.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not like complete competition all the time.
It's like they kind of went all out based on that trailer.
Yeah, it looks more in depth than I would have thought of.
Yeah.
I thought like maybe it would be like, oh, you can wear an assassin's hood or
Yeah.
something, you know, in Final Fantasy.
Seems like new gameplay. Like,
I mean, obviously, it looks like the story is new because they talk about them particularly talking about assassins.
Mm-hmm. And they're all like three wearing stuff, and
Yeah.
and like it looks like they're in like an Assassin's Creed looking place.
Yeah.
And some of the gameplay, even like at times, I was looking, I was like, this looks like Assassin's Creed right now.
Yeah.
At times, they even jumped into a haystack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Interesting, very interesting. I wonder who this is for. Like, I wonder how much those fan bases cross over. But
I don't know.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I'm trying to remember. Wait, they said this was free, I think, so. It's a cool little
that was
thing.
completely free.
I think so. I think it's free for a limited time. Might be wrong.
Yeah,
Did not look,
Yeah, it's free.
That's what it says.
Did not look like a free thing.
Yeah,
It
it's
looked
free.
more expansive than a free
I
thing.
think it has a timetable, though, but it's not in this article. I can't remember where I saw that then. I don't know. So, that's cool.
Is it something you just download and it
Yeah.
is there?
I think you need an item to do it or something.
Yeah, that chocobo, whatever.
Oh, wait. Okay, never mind. I think it's just that there are two different Noctis assassin outfits for Noctis. One of them you get if you do the Dream Egg thing. The other one you get with the DLC.
Yeah.
And you don't need the Dream Egg thing to do that,
Okay.
I guess. I don't know for sure. But yeah, cool.
Cool.
Okay, guys ready to move on?
Yes.
Okay. This comes from Alex Osborne from IGN. Fee.
Kofefe.
The upcoming platformer from Swedish developer Zoink Games will be released in early 2018, Electronic Arts announced at Gamescom. In addition to Xbox One, PS4, and PC, the publisher confirmed the EA Originals title will also launch for Nintendo Switch. In Fae, which was announced last year at E3, players take on the role of a cub who awakes to find itself in a forest. They must use sound to communicate as they explore the world and attempt to rescue its wildlife from the Silent Ones, a machine foe that threatens the forest. So,
Looks cool. Looks like 3D platformer type thing with Ori-like art style.
Yeah.
I'm totally down.
Yep. Happy it's coming to the Switch. One of those things where if something, Switch and then everything else, I'll pick the Switch version.
Especially something like this that's not going to be limited because of the Switch.
Yeah, unless it just runs awful. No reason for me not to get
I'm glad this will give me a Ori type fix, but I don't have to worry about trying to play it on my laptop or something.
Well, I got my Xbox now, so.
Yeah, but I can just get it on my own thing, which I like.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Yeah, I've been interested in this game since it was announced last year at E3. We just haven't really heard anything since then. Yeah. I was worried it was canceled or something. But...
and just for clarification, the name of this game is Fae, F-E. It's not Kofei. I'm just making sure, because we kind of said Kofei at the beginning, and then we just went straight into it. So
that would be amazing.
A little worried about Kofei. It was this very artsy indie game, and then just the logo comes up and it's Kofei.
Donald Trump stole the name. This game was announced over a year ago.
He announced it.
He announced the game.
Yeah,
he was promoting it.
Yeah, we have the exclusive deal with Donald Trump to announce our game.
No way.
Yeah, let's move on. We're devolving.
Yeah, but anyway, excited for this game, and we will say more once we get more. Okay, this next story comes from Chang Han Kim, VP of Bluehole Games and executive producer for PlayerUnknown Battleground, and this thing is from Xbox.com. Okay, and this is her. Chang Han Kim talking. Back in June at E3, we announced that PlayerUnknown Battleground will be launching exclusively on Xbox One in the Xbox Game Preview program in late 2017. Ever since then, we have come to realize that we have a shared vision for the direction of the game with the Xbox team. This led to our decision on extending our partnership with Microsoft, and I'm happy to announce it now includes Microsoft as the publisher for PlayerUnknown Battleground on Xbox One. By partnering with Microsoft, our team believes that we will be able to accelerate console development while maintaining quality across all platforms, as well as giving us access to vast sales, marketing, and publishing resources that will help us reach new fans to welcome the PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds universe. We are excited to continue and further strengthen our partnership with Microsoft and are super excited to meet the Xbox community. We will be launching exclusively on Xbox One in the Xbox Game Preview program later this year, and we can't wait to see all the Xbox fans in the battlefield. So, the main reason I put this in here, we knew it was coming to Xbox, and anything was Microsoft publishing it, and this brought confusion. I think it's been cleared up since then. If this was just going to be Xbox exclusive on consoles.
Yeah, so do we know for sure
it is now?
No, I think they said later, it's no, it is not console exclusive, it's just console launch exclusive. Okay. Xbox doing that thing again, like with Tomb Raider, where they're being a little cagey, funny with it.
Yeah. So it looks like it. So it's still the door is still open for it to come to PlayStation eventually.
Yeah, I assume
because they're still saying Xbox launch exclusive still.
Yeah, it just means it'll come to PS4. I assume, let's say it launched on Xbox One this year, it'll come to PS4 next year, that kind of thing. Yeah, but
it's just that they'll have to publish it themselves then, I guess.
Unless
Sony wants to.
But also kind of interesting them saying this because Microsoft's publishing it and helping them a little more, I guess.
Yeah.
It'll come out faster on Xbox. Or at least get in the preview. Because we still kind of don't know when this game's officially coming out.
And as big as it is for Microsoft to have any sort of exclusive window on this game with how huge it is right now, it's also kind of equally as huge if it's not going to be exclusive indefinitely. If it is coming to PlayStation eventually. That's big news too because... I could see this being potentially a system seller for some people.
Yeah.
Because of how into PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds people are. I'm really interested. I actually wanted to ask you, Will, are you, have you looked into anything with this? Are you, interested in...
I've seen a little bit of gameplay. I would like to play it if it was on console, but I have a Mac anyway, so I couldn't play it. But, I would like to play it if I could.
It looks like a lot of fun. I've gotten into watching there's not many games I'll watch lots of Let's Plays for, but I've started watching a lot of these because it just looks, especially if you have a group of friends together, it looks like so much fun.
It reminds me of like a less dense DayZ or something. Or, that's what it's called. Without zombies.
Yeah. It's kind of got that feel to it, though. I mean, and even if it's just basically early access with this, it could potentially be, like, a pretty, like, powerful thing for Xbox One to have this, like, this exclusive, even if it's just for a while, exclusively having PUBG at a similar time to when the Xbox One X is coming out. To have both of those at once, that could be a lot of what the conversation's about, because PlayStation doesn't really have any, like, exclusives that I know about coming out this fall, besides, I guess, like, Gran Turismo or something. So, you know, like, that's a way that Xbox could take back the conversation this fall.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. Yeah, like when this thing comes out, and if it is improved by the Xbox One X, like they kind of confirmed that could be a big thing where people get those two together.
Yeah.
Also, because this is very confusing with people like us who kind of follow this stuff about whether this thing is completely exclusive or not.
Yeah.
Because for me reading that, I immediately cut some stuff out, but it was kind of unimportant things, air quotes. Will was immediately like, oh, it's exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't blame you for that.
Well, especially with Microsoft publishing, it almost sounds like it's...
Yeah, exactly. And the only reason I kind of know is, or, I kind of understand it, that it's not going to be straight up console exclusive. It's because I looked into it more and kind of found obscure quotes saying, oh, yeah, it's launch exclusive and all that kind of stuff, and just kind of paying attention. So... in a way, they're doing the whole thing again. They're kind of tricking people into thinking it's straight up exclusive.
Which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
It was annoying at E3, too, when there was so much confusion afterwards. And some of them, it would be like, yeah, we have the game for like 2 days early on Xbox. It's a launch exclusive, and it's just kind of annoying. And you didn't know what the wording was just so weird.
Yeah. Yep. And they kind of do that. And now we kind of know what launch exclusive it could mean. Like We Happy Few, where game preview is the launch exclusive, whatever, but it comes out on PS4 and Xbox One full game the same day.
Which they were calling We Happy Few a launch exclusive, right?
Yeah.
Or something? Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know if they're still calling it that after the announcement.
Even like Inside came out on Xbox, and then a month later came out on PlayStation. Yeah. It's just the windows are getting weird with that.
So launch exclusive could potentially mean for Xbox now, hey, we're getting on game preview early before it comes out on PS4, but it officially launches full game same day on both.
If it launches on both like early next year, then that's huge for PlayStation.
Yeah.
But if PlayStation gets it a year from now, it's still big, but I wonder if the hype will have died down by then. It'll be interesting to see. Because you got to think there are some other people working on a Battle Royale type game at this point, right? Like with how huge PUBG is, there has to be some. A lot of people have said maybe Ghost Recon Wildlands might have some sort of like DLC add-on thing that has a Battle Royale type mode.
Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess we're ready to move on. Let's see.
Yes, Jeffrey.
Okay, this comes from John Wilds from IGN. Xenoblade developer Monolith Soft is staffing up to create a new project that seems to be a new medieval fantasy-inspired action RPG. As per a series of job listings translated by NeoGAF user Duckroll, it appears that the Nintendo-owned studio is getting ready to create a new franchise that strays from its more recent settings a little. The listings ask for, amongst other things, programmers and battle planners, specifically those with experience in action games and responsive combat. The job advert page also includes a few scant pieces of concept art. I'll show you guys that later. That's cool. The listings go to detail how battle planners will need emphasis on responsive and enemy AI, leading to the speculation that the action portion of this action RPG could be the studio's fastest yet. Additionally, perhaps most interestingly, the listing asks for talent with an interest in medieval fantasy and understanding of Western entertainment trends. Medieval fantasy, Western entertainment, that sounds pretty Games of Thronesy to us. That's part of the reason I put that in here.
Okay, yeah. The Western entertainment is the part that like throws me, that's like strikes me. I mean, I think of Xenoblade's thing, they say like medieval fantasy, and that could still be your normal, just maybe not Xenoblade, because that's more sci-fi, I guess, but like, that sounds like that could be a typical Final Fantasy-esque Japanese type of thing, but the whole Western entertainment part of it sounds interesting to me.
I think part of this, and this was me, I just thought of this now potentially, they might be going for this thing just based off this whole Western type thing, to appeal to, the Western side of the world because of how Breath of the Wild did. That's more of a Western type game. Xenoblade people, Monolith Soft helped them, the Zelda team on it some with the world and everything.
Okay.
So that could be what they're going for with this potentially, and I'm all for it because I always loved Monolith Soft.
Well, and from everything I've seen you play, like, did Monolith Soft, did they make Chronicles?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Because everything I saw you playing with that, like, gameplay-wise and everything seems really cool, and the, like, scope of the world and everything. Yeah. It's just the setting and tone of Xenoblade is just not really my thing. But if we have, like, their level of polish, but going towards something that's, maybe targeting people like me, like Americans more, I'm definitely down to, like, see what they could do with that. And then,
And you can kind of assume this is going to be obviously this is early on, but will be their next game after Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, and if I remember, I'll show you the art later.
I don't know. I want a Game of Thrones game, so anything that gets me closer.
It'll be on your Switch.
Yeah. By then, I'll probably have one. I'm sure. By the time that game comes out, if they're hiring now,
Yeah. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. This comes from Jordan Serrani from IGN. Life is Strange and Vampire developer Dontnod Entertainment is partnering with Bandai Namco for a new narrative-based adventure game. The new game, which has been in development since 2016, will feature a fair dose of investigation and take place in a fictional U.S. city, according to MCV. An official title, available platforms, and a release date will all be revealed when the game is officially announced sometime in 2018.
I'm in.
I kind of lied to you. I'm sorry. I forgot about it being about vampire. It was about Dontnod.
Good enough.
Yeah.
I'm basically in with Dontnod, no matter what, I think, at this point.
Just die hard in.
Yeah, I like it.
But Dontnod's going to get together. I mean, I didn't put it all in here because we had so much stories and stuff, but there's a decently lengthy quotes from Dontnod people talking about how they want to expand their company and everything and how they want to work with other studios like they're doing Namco, Bandai, and then Square Enix with Life is Strange and stuff to make more games.
Well, and it feels like they're doing it right for the popularity that they got from Life is Strange. Like, they haven't let up. They've just been like, they're already working on Vampire, they're doing Life is Strange DLC, they're working on this.
Well, they're not doing the DLC.
Well, someone else, but it's their life.
Well, they're working on Season 2.
And they're already working on Season 2, so it's like, they're like nailing these things out.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, and it would be cool to see them, just kind of like go around, just partner up with different people. Maybe not Square Enix every time, obviously, and kind of just.
I can't remember who. Wait, do you guys know who Vampire they're working with anyone with that? Like they are with Namco.
I only ever hear their name attached to it. I don't really know. It might just be them, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, narrative-based adventure game. I'm definitely interested at this point.
Yeah.
They've earned it.
Some LA noir, but better.
Yeah.
I love LA Noire.
I like it too, but it's got some weird things.
Old game is old.
Yeah, old game is old. I like a lot of the idea of LA Noire. It was just like I felt like sometimes in execution it was like I'm just staring at this dude's face and it's like the facial expressions were so weird. But I'm probably not being fair. Old game is old.
Okay, so you guys ready to move on?
Yes, Jeffrey.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're talking about Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Yep, this is all you. Are you a Dragon Ball dude?
Nope.
This is all you, Jeff.
Okay, not much in this because we did that, biggest update last week. They just released a new trailer and had some interesting news. Well, one, beta signups are up for people who are interested for the closed beta that starts next month. I don't know when the signup closes, but yeah, they're going to be 11 characters in the beta, so that'd be cool. About everyone they've announced so far, except for the Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta. They released a trailer, looked pretty cool, showed off the new characters, Android 18 with 17 and Android 16 and stuff. Piccolo and Krillin. And it said at the end, it's coming out February 2018.
Yes.
We knew early 2018, but we have a month.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yes. I mean, again, February is like one of the. It's a new holiday. It's a new it's a new video game month.
And I guess in a way we kind of knew it's coming out 2018, so it shouldn't be that surprising. But it's still coming out in 2018. Makes me kind of excited how many characters we might get because we already have 13, and they announced this game 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how they do that. And I was going to do one quick thing for people who have not noticed. Android 17 is officially part of 18's moveset as kind of like a puppet character. Just kind of to help her out.
Okay.
People who were wondering about that.
Not their own character.
Yeah. People are very upset about that. I'm like, they would have been very similar. So this just makes it, instead of two characters that are very similar, we're getting one unique character.
Okay.
That's the way I look at it.
Do I know Android 17?
It's Android 18 with black hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very unique.
Yeah.
Well, they're twins.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we will then move on to another very Jeff-centric thing.
This is the Jeff cast.
I mean, this is what happens when one guy finds all the news.
Yeah, I didn't help much this week. I'm so sorry.
This, I guess what I'm going to read out is from the PlayStation blog written by Randy Lee, who is the associate brand manager for Namco Bandai. Just talking about .hack Last Recode. I'm not going to read all that. I'm just going to hit the high points of it all. There's a new 5-minute trailer that goes over pretty much the story up to this point for Last Recode. If people who do not know, .hack GU Last Recode is forgetting the right word, a compilation
of like the 3 games.
Yeah, of the 3 GU games, but they are of GU Volume 1 through 3, but they're releasing Volume 4, a whole brand new game with it.
Yeah.
But we don't know how long it is. But the trailer has our first real footage of Volume 4. It definitely, you can tell, a graphical upgrade.
Oh yeah.
Looks, the frame rate's a little but it's not much of it, so I can't tell if that's like a stylistic thing, just for the little cutscene thing they show, or what's the problem with that.
Okay.
The game comes out November 3rd, which I don't like that much because it comes out a week after Mario.
Yeah.
But okay.
Timing. But I mean, like, how do you feel about how the Volume 4 is looking? Kind of that's the thing. That's the thing you're most like curious about because.
Oh yeah. I like what they're doing with the story. I mean, it's not much. I'm interested to see how long it is. Like I said before, Hasea, the main character, is getting a new form like he does every game. Looks cool. The weapon they added looks cool.
Still weird to release a new game in a collection, like in a remastered collection thing.
And this whole remaster thing came out of nowhere, so I guess they're testing the wall to see if people want more .hack stuff.
I'd imagine this is going to be a smaller, like a shorter type.
I imagine too.
Or else I think it would probably be getting its own, separate release.
I mean, this is me thinking on top of my head, maybe about 10 hours ish, because it's still a JRPG. It's still significantly shorter than all the other games, but
yeah. Are the other ones like 100-hour RPG? Like,
not really. I mean, they're. I don't mean this in a bad way. I at least remember the first .hack. I can't remember how much side stuff I did. I beat in about 25 hours or so. Okay. I imagine the other ones are similar.
Okay.
In a way, they're very connected, so I guess you can argue all of them together would end up like a very long JRPG. But they're still full games, so.
Okay.
In their own right.
Okay.
And some other things included this. There's a series of videos in the collection that helps you learn about the first series so you can kind of follow stuff. You can still play the GU games without knowing about the original .hack series. I did. But it helps you get some context and little Easter eggs and stuff. Reference some things. I'm not going to read them all off. If you're interested in this series, you'll go look. You've already seen and everything, but there are many quality of life enhancements to make so the game isn't as grindy and like movement speed went up, because that's the one thing, like you feel like your characters move fast enough. So a lot of stuff like that just will make it more enjoyable.
Cool.
And game visual to upgrade to 1080p 60 frames per second.
Nice.
Yep. So I am very excited for this. The trailer was hype.
Hype.
And I'm getting a day one just to support them, and I'm getting for like $30. So
I mean, Jeff talked about Dot Hack so much his entire life, and they just randomly released this. I never heard anyone else but him ever say anything about Dot Hack, not even gaming personalities. So, and I still have it, but I'm just so.
I'm like the only podcast. We're the only podcast talking about this game. It's just me. But yes, I am very happy about this. So I probably won't start playing until like Decemberish, but I will definitely have impressions of that when it comes out.
Yeah.
Might be a little late. Okay, so we will move on. This comes from John Wilds from IGN. The new Overwatch escort map, Junkertown, has been revealed at Gamescom, as well as an animated short. There are actually 2 animated shorts released for Gamescom, for people who do not know.
Hot take, this was the worst animated short they've ever done.
Cringe.
The Junkrat one. The May one was good.
Yeah. This shorts has seen more quickly thrown together.
Yeah, and it was kind of like bad cartoon.
Yeah.
Like, really bad humor.
And Junkertown, former home to Junkrat and Roadhog, Overwatch's new Junkertown escort map will task players to escort a payload laden with treasure and explosives through a post-apocalyptic town come Battle Arena. Early story details reveal that this shabby map was once an omnium where the lights of Bastion were constructed and has since become home to the Junkers and their boss, the Queen of Junkertown. So yeah.
Always down for new Overwatch things.
Yeah.
Modes and stuff. Also just love how deep the Overwatch lore goes and how much I don't know about it and how much there's people out there that know, could write a book on it.
I mean, they have comics as well, so.
I'm just a multiplayer game. I don't even know how people get all the story with this, but
yeah. So much lore, and then in the game there's very little of any story going on.
Pretty much nothing.
The most you can get by just playing the game without following any stuff is okay, this map kind of belongs to this character, or this is where this character is from.
Yeah, but people have looked inside the map, and there's so many little details and stuff that you can piece together. But it's are you guys doing this in the middle of a match? Are you guys looking at all these details?
I mean, you can go around. The
yeah,
map,
no,
so,
you can. Yeah.
So yeah, you excited to play this, Darby?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. It's one of those constants in my life. Basically, ever since we got Overwatch, I play it every little bit with our friends and stuff.
So yeah, when I guess it was last night when I went on and I missed you guys playing. I looked at just my stats, just kind of because I thought you guys were in a game, just kind of waiting. I realized I haven't played Overwatch in 4 or 5 months.
I thought it was worse than that.
Yeah.
I said that I didn't think you had played until from last year. I thought it was the first time.
And then I looked at comparing times. I forgot what yours said, overall time playing the game. I only played 24 hours in all since it came out.
Mine's close to 100, and then
I looked at Olivia's.
Oh.
She's over 200. She's almost 10 times as much as me.
Holy cow.
Jeez. Olivia, you're a legend.
Yep. I mean, hey, she came out pretty good. She only spent $120 to get the game because she had to buy PS Plus. That's about all she's needed. So good for her.
Oh yeah. I mean, that is her game. It's the game that she plays. So that's awesome. She's not inflicted with the curse that we have of wanting to play so many new games all the time. So
yeah. Okay, so we'll move on to the next story, and it's not the best of news, guys.
Objectively bad.
You heard it here. I don't care if you like it. It's bad.
Actually, I'll get into it when I say this, but no one likes this announcement as a whole. Okay. This comes from Alex Giledov from IGN. Hellboy, Raiden from Mortal Kombat, and Black Manta.
the just disdain that he said from Mortal Kombat
are coming to Injustice 2 as part of the game's second Fighter Pack. Fighter Pack 2 will be available for purchase starting September 12th, at which point the first character, which has later been confirmed to be Black Manta, from the bunch will be available for early access. And I think Sunday or something they're showing first gameplay for Black Manta. But, yeah.
So you're loving these non-DC characters, right, Jeff?
No. I mean, Hellboy I'm fine with for the whole, because he's at least a comic character and someone you don't get in a fighting game. I'm okay with that, but it's just, I feel more about them because we already have now 2 Mortal Kombat guest characters.
Yeah.
Which we don't need.
I think Hellboy is cool, but I don't know why they wouldn't just use another DC character. It's not
because these characters make money.
I guess.
Because they said Scorpion made the most money in Justice 1 for DLC. And then the guest character, the horror movie characters in Mortal Kombat X, I assume, made the most money as well.
Gotcha.
I mean, it is weird to have in a DC fighting game have three. Basically, there's going to end up being at least three DLC characters that are not don't have anything to do with DLC.
Yeah.
With
DC.
With DC, whenever there's already some characters that you're probably missing. You know, like if you're going to add to it, you both could probably sit here and list off 20 more characters that you'd like to see on there before they start going into non-DC characters.
But this thing, ever since there are 2 announced in this pack, I have zero doubt there's going to be another guest character in the third and final pack. Like, it might be a Watchmen character. I guess depends how you feel about that, but that's rumored. But at the same time, it could be Spawn.
Yeah.
Which again, it's going to be Spawn. Yeah. Spawn's going to be in.
And then we could get Spawn and then another, like a Watchmen character or something. Right now, half the DLC characters announced, I guess unless you count Darkseid, are guest characters. And if Spawn is announced or another guest character, 4 out of 9 of the characters in the Ultimate Edition you get for that are guest characters, which is too much.
That's pretty annoying.
This feels more right when it's like a Mortal Kombat game.
Yeah, because those are made up characters. These are characters that people love from different things.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
I mean, when they're doing this, they're not thinking of the YouTube of the world, the big DC fans. They're thinking of just the normal people that are gonna see, like, they love Hellboy, they love like all these 80s like Spawn stuff. They're gonna be like, oh.
I mean, again, like Spawn and Hellboy, I'm fine with, but it just because they're added on to the Mortal Kombat thing.
Well, and same thing with Raiden and Sub-Zero. Like, these are the characters that people know us for. They know Mortal Kombat, and the fighting game fans like these characters.
Yeah, but again, this might be just people because they're upset about it, they talk about it. But I scrolled down the comments for when this thing was announced, and my changes then, but. About everyone was like, why did you put Raiden, whatever, into this game? Why not put Static or Black Lightning or something?
Yeah, honestly.
I mean, DC literally has characters with these power sets.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I get you and I agree with you, but I'm saying the money is not there, obviously. Like, I think if those were the characters that were going to sell more, that's what they would be doing. Mm-hmm. The reason they're doing, like, the only reason they would do this is because this is what's actually going to make money. I mean, it's also the same reason why it's riddled with like microtransactions and stuff. There's a lot of weird things WB does, but same thing with Shadow of War we talked about last week.
Excited for Black Manta and I'm excited for Hellboy. Raiden,
Alright, so are you gonna buy the pack or are you?
I already have it. I bought the Ultimate Edition.
Did buy the Ultimate Edition. I forgot about that. You're locked in.
I am locked in.
Black Manta will be cool though.
Black
Manta's cool.
Yeah.
And I don't regret this, but I'm a little annoyed.
I can understand that for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we move on to the final story of the week.
It's kind of a follow-up to the last time Will was on here. We talked about this topic.
I think we talked about this kind of in passing multiple times.
We have.
This is a never-ending cycle. Okay.
I'm interested in this though.
This comes from Eddie. How did we decide this name was pronounced?
Will, how would you pronounce this one?
Makuk.
Okay.
For sure.
Eddie Makuk.
100%.
I'm going to go with Eddie McCook.
That sounds good. Eddie McCook.
From GameSpot. Let's see. This is what the article reads. Will there ever be crossplay support between Xbox One and PlayStation 4? If it never happens, it won't be for lack of trying, it seems. Microsoft marketing manager Aaron Greenberg recently told Game Reactor that Microsoft is absolutely in talks with Sony about potential crossplay support, but Sony apparently won't allow it. Greenberg said, "We're talking to Sony about crossplay. We do partner with them on Minecraft, and of course we would like to enable them to be part of that. One community to unite gamers, so we're talking to them and we're hopeful that they'll be supportive of it." And then it goes back to McCook writing, and this is just the latest in a long history of comments from Microsoft about its desire to connect Xbox Live and PlayStation Network. Back at E3, where Microsoft announced crossplay support for Minecraft between Xbox One and Nintendo Switch, Xbox's Dave McCarthy confirmed discussions with Sony about crossplay took place. But pressed for more details, he laughed when saying Sony wasn't ready to support the feature, suggesting talks have not progressed all that well. And then if you want to read more about the history of this, I guess we'll probably end up talking about it. It goes into more about the history of this whole thing.
Right.
Like what in reading and reiterating all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see like another like we're just seeing like little peeks behind the curtain like progressively more and more, but to see that like Microsoft is like contacting Sony about like they are trying, like they're the communication is there.
Microsoft, they're trying.
Yeah. It's still one of these things. I still think that it's just a matter of time until PlayStation caves on this.
They have to eventually.
Yeah, you've heard I can't remember if you were here when that happened. You heard the reason, right? Why they're not doing this? For the kids.
Yeah.
For the kids, Will.
Ridiculous.
Which is very, 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 very dumb. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
it doesn't make it any different from what's happening on PlayStation Network.
No, it's the same. Like the companies who said, "Oh, Microsoft's horrible. They're horrible with the kid." Like they'll.
That's pretty much the only way you can really take it. If you take it seriously.
I've been on PlayStation and have been called terrible things. I mean, it doesn't change.
I'll put it this way: I'm never going to play Overwatch on non-friendly voice chat or any other really game for that matter.
No, the few times I've accidentally left the Overwatch chat thing on, it's been bad. People yell very mean things. I played Rocket League and someone called me the C word. Or not me, they called someone in the chat, and I'm like, well, that's
Which
nice.
C word?
Cat.
Oh, okay. I kind of meant that somewhat seriously.
Whoa! Kid-friendly
I'm sorry. Didn't even think about it. So yeah, it's dumb. What do you think is the timetable on this, though? If we all agree that PlayStation is going to cave at some point, do you think they're in the process of caving?
I'm not sure. I mean, at the way stuff, and we think the main reason they're doing this, it probably is the main reason because PlayStation is so far ahead. They have no reason to do this. Right. Microsoft's now got to do all this stuff to pull up like Game Pass and everything to get goodwill back. It might come down to, unless Sony's like, okay, we're getting a lot of flack for this, might as well cave. It might not be until Xbox is really catching up to them or has surpassed them.
Yeah.
If it's like that, who knows when that'll happen.
And it could end up being like kind of a combination of Xbox and Nintendo. If Xbox and Nintendo continue to partner up like this, because they're doing with Rocket League.
Yeah,
it's not like there's too many opportunities for that because
at the moment, no.
But like if that continues to happen more and more, the narrative so much becomes, well, Microsoft and Nintendo. Like if you have Microsoft, you can play with your Nintendo friends. You can do this or whatever, and it gets to be that way so much. It might get to the point, and especially like. I think the first big opportunity for the momentum to get so heavy for Sony to do it's come like Xbox One X time, when Microsoft is in the news and stuff. And from all accounts, Xbox One X pre-orders are going like very well, like surprisingly well. Still don't think the console is going to be that successful, but still.
Did we hear the same thing about PlayStation PS4 Pro?
They did. I mean, I think pre-orders always sell well. It's just after that is the harder part.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's one of those. There's no from a consumer standpoint, not doing crossplay. There's no downside to it from a consumer standpoint. If you're not worried about the business side of it at all, which us as consumers we shouldn't be, there's no reason not to. It's just Sony has a reason not to, just from their own.
Just going back to the Rocket League, on Switch and Xbox thing. When Rocket League was announced, and saying crossplay, I saw a good amount of people say either, okay, now I'm going to buy the Switch, or at least I'm going to buy Rocket League for the Switch. I'm going to double dip,
right?
Because they can still play with their friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
So, but that probably because Nintendo's behind, just because it's a new console.
Yeah. I mean, and it's even at the point if you had a Switch and an Xbox One. You could have your friend over and you could play on the Switch. They could play on the Xbox One. Yeah. You could play with other people and do that kind of thing. So, I don't know. It's just...
I want them to do this, Sony to jump on this before, I guess, PlayerUnknown Battleground does it on both, because I'm very considering, depending the timetable, as far as we know, getting PlayerUnknown Battleground for the Xbox One.
If you can play PUBG across with both, if by the time that comes out, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be huge. That would be really big.
So I really want to try.
Well, that's time we have a few friends that have Xbox Ones and don't have PlayStations, and that would be a great game to play with, like Kyrie and Alex.
Or we can do it on Overwatch.
Yeah, the same thing. Like this is just the thing, and it's just annoying from a consumer perspective when everyone says like, almost every developer you talk to about crossplay, at this point, it used to not be the case, but at this point, they all say it's really just we have to flip a switch.
Yeah.
They're like, it would be so easy for us to put crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation. Like, that's what Rocket League... Like,
they said that like a year ago.
Rocket League was like, it would, like, we could just give us the word. Give us the word. We can have it done in like a day, basically.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating. And I wonder if it would be that easy with like Overwatch. Could Blizzard, like, just in a day have crossplay with that?
It might take a little longer than that. Again, I don't know what else goes into
I don't
this,
know
but-
either.
Rocket League probably worked on it just in case they did, but
Probably,
it's probably not the craziest thing to do then.
it doesn't sound like it anymore. That it's that hard. So.
Yeah. I mean,
And especially because PlayStation 4 and Xbox, they're not that different power-wise. I guess the difference is going to get bigger with the X, but at least the core ones, you know. Like, the games being developed for them, though, are the same, basically, you know. So
get on it, Sony.
Yeah.
Let people change their name, crying out loud.
Let people change their names.
I'm not going to do it, but it's like hear people start complaining about
I
it.
might do it.
2
I'm
days.
Hungry Penguin, but it's misspelled. I might change it.
That's character, though.
It's annoying when I'm trying to tell people what it is.
But okay, well, but are you going to change it from Hungry Penguin, or are you just going to spell it right?
I'm gonna spell it right. If that doesn't work, I might do Hungry _Penguin. I know it's lame, but
Get out of here.
Well, can we
I'm
just
not changing my
appreciate
name.
Will for a second? First off, and just appreciating Will, like, William Outlaw is like the coolest name in the world. Just Outlaw is such a last name, and Outlaw Justice I think is a really cool name too.
Well, thanks.
I think it's a really cool PSN name. So don't change yours. If it comes.
Okay.
Don't change yours.
All right.
Also, if you don't want your PSN name out there, I can like bleep that. I'll leave it.
No, I don't care.
I didn't think you would care. I didn't think about it until
I
afterwards.
get hate mail from on my PSN
Son
now.
of
Hey, podcast sucks, man.
Yeah, well, and Alex would obviously have to keep Well, I shouldn't just shout out everyone's thing, but anyway, Alex, this is cool. All of our friends are cool. I just feel like mine is really lame. It's Hungry Penguin, but misspelled. It's Hungry Penguin. I don't like it. Well, let's change our names.
Please shoot.
All right. Well, I think that's all for us this week,
Yeah.
Jeffrey. If you like Game of Thrones, we have the finale 2 days from now on Sunday.
Yeah.
Me and
Well,
Jeff.
so by the time you're listening to this, the finale will already be done.
me and Jeff are recording our final spoiler cast for that, but we are going to do. I think we're probably going to do a full season 7 recap, a separate one, maybe sometime afterwards. Might try to get some special guests on there with us.
Yep.
And
Daenerys? She's coming?
yeah, she's coming.
Awesome.
She's gonna fly in on a dragon. She's gonna be on the podcast. We're gonna ask her about it. So check that out if you're interested in that, and and that's Nerds at Large spoiler cast, by the way, and all your
we got
podcast
some
services
more things planned for that potentially.
down the pipeline.
I guess I know what kind of name it for. I guess won't say announced in case they fall through.
Yeah, and hope to have Will on more of those type of things.
Yep.
More of these podcasts. So definitely check that out if you are interested.
Yep. All right. I guess if we didn't say it, we're not having a main topic of the week this week because of all the news.
We're at hour 33 and we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. There's 9 people now.
Yeah.
9 people now.
Yeah.
So I guess we can say our goals real quick. Yes. You continue that. I kind of already said mine.
This is a week thing, right?
Yeah.
It is.
It's okay. We normally fail ours.
No, I think
We've
I'll
not
be able to
gone
finish Life is Strange.
Okay.
That'll be one more episode. Let's see.
So it's okay if you just want one. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'll just do that then.
My only one's gonna be now I'm gonna carry it over to beat Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. It's more realistic this time now that I'm a few hours in and I have a whole week. We'll see. I might still not do it because.
Okay. Time to go crazy.
All right, Jeff, go crazy. Watch Toy Story 3, you idiot. He hasn't seen Toy Story 3.
What's wrong with you?
I know, exactly.
Lots of things. Well,
I'd be okay if you don't do any of your other goals and you just watch Toy Story 3.
That's your only goal.
That's acceptable.
I'll find time someday. Okay. Normal 2 weeks thing in Persona. Finish Splatoon story mode. I'm just gonna throw this in there. Play enough for this idea so I can at least have some idea how I like it, impressions for next week. And it's probably gonna fail at these, but for the Because why not? I'll say the same thing for Mario plus Rabbids. Get a little bit in there. And Life is Strange.
That's a lot of things.
I'm going to go crazy, man. Let's do this.
That's a lot of things.
Spoiler alert, I'm going to fail. We've done most of this.
We'll join in next week to see how badly Jeff failed.
Hey, we can interpret that in a lot of ways. I could play like 5 minutes of Mario plus Rabbids and we could count. We'll see.
Alright, well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yep,
We will see you again next week.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Hello and welcome to the Nerds at Wait, no. Alright.
Oh. What'd you mess up on?
I go episode first. That's the first time I've messed that up. Hello and welcome to episode 21 of the Nerds at Large Gaming Podcast.
22.
22. We can put this at the end.
Yeah. Take 3. Hello and